Hello there, welcome to video 7 in the Major Scale Mastery playlist. We're in the key of G flat. This is a very interesting one. So once we've got the shape, I'm going to explain to you why it's interesting more than the rest, and then we'll go through the list of things to do as we've done in the previous 6. If you've jumped on this video directly, then do please go back to video 1, because I'm always saying different things in different videos that you can put together, having watched all of them. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are welcome. Have a look at my books, blog and podcast, and in the description box below are some links to related useful videos for you. Now let's get the shape of G flat first, taking the template that we know, starting on G flat. Hold, hold, half, hold, 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 half. Again, do that yourself and you'll get it. Get to the point where you can simply play that scale up and down. Do I have an emotional connection with this one? Not particularly. Nice pattern here, I think. It's 3 blacks and a white, and then 2 blacks and a white. Very visual on the piano, very nice. Now, the interesting thing about G flat is, and I'm going to try to explain this without losing you, this playlist is going around the cycle of fourths. In other words, I'm moving up a fourth each time. Now, it's at this point where a crossover takes place. And you have to imagine for a moment that I have done all the previous videos going up a fifth. So let's just pretend that the previous videos have been, they started on C and they've been going up a fifth. So let's just imagine for a moment C going up a fifth. So C is 0 sharps, G is 1, B is 2, going up a fifth, but I'm going to do it here from this D. Next one, A is 3, E is 4, up here B is 5, of course it doesn't matter which note I'm playing, B is 5, and then F sharp is 6. So F sharp is 6 sharps. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp. So 6 sharps. Now that does go up one more fifth to C sharp, where there's 7 sharps. Lots of Chopin music is written in that key. But as we've landed on F sharp by following the cycle of fifths from C, which this video series hasn't done, it's gone up the cycle of fourths. This is there's a word called, which is enharmonic equivalent. That means that one note has got 2 different names. So this at the moment is an F sharp because I'm going around the cycle of fifths, and I've just come from B, if we can imagine for a moment. But in reality, we've gone around the cycle of fourths, which is C, F, B flat, E flat. I'll just continue here. From E flat, up a fourth again, A flat, B flat, G flat. So this is a G flat. It's the same note physically. And that's the scale that we've done, and you would name all the notes according to the flat law: G flat, A flat, B flat, etc. C flat, D flat, E flat, F. 6 flats. What happens is, if I go up one more 4 in the key of G flat, we get to C flat. This is also a B. It's another enharmonic equivalent. Every note is an enharmonic equivalent. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Here it does. This is, in the cycle of fourths, the 7 flat key, which is C flat. That is actually the key of the harp, you might be interested to know. So that means that all the 7 notes, including the root, are flats. C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. Everything's a flat. There's so little music written in C flat for the piano, and you'll probably never ever come across anything that's written in the key of C flat. Plus the shape is exactly the same as B major, which is 5 sharps, that what we're going to do is, this is the switchover point from flats to sharps. The F sharp, G flat. So what we're going to do now, and this is the magic of the cycle of fifths, fourths, because they're mirrors of each other. If you imagine that we've gone around a circle, literally, so it's called the circle of fifths or fourths. We've gone C, upper fourth, F, upper fourth, B flat, upper fourth, E flat, upper fourth, A flat, upper fourth, D flat, upper fourth, G flat. And again, let me just do that in the cycle of fifths so you can follow. That's going around one side of the circle, the flat. So let's go around the sharps. C, G, then we go up to D, A, E, and I'll go down here, B, as if I've come from this E, B, F sharp. So that's the place where from C, the sharps end up on F sharp with 6, and the flats end up on G flat, which is the same note. So this has them, although you can go up one more in the sharps to C sharp, and you could go up one more in C flat, just remember that C sharp is more commonly used, especially by you know, Chopin and others, of course, but C flat kind of isn't. So I'm going to stop here, and from here I'm still going to count up in fours, which is going to be to the B, but we're going to consider in this video G flat also as F sharp, as if I've got to the end of the, we've finally arrived at the end of the flats, G flat, with a bracket, knowing that you could go up to C flat, but you'll never really do that when in your musical life. And this is actually the end of if we had done the cycle of fifths and landed on F sharp, but we're now going to count, because we haven't done that, we now need to start going down the cycle of fifths. So we're starting the cycle of fifths from the one down from the end, from the C sharp, which is the same as D flat, and that was the previous video. So in your own time, you could relabel D flat as a C sharp key, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, because it's got 7 sharps in the same way that C flat has 7 flats. But we're going to consider that this is the end. It's 6 sharps, and we're now going to go up in fourths, which is actually counting down in sharps back to C. So look, this is, imagine we're going down the F sharps. So we're going to, in the next videos, we're going to go F sharp. That's fine. That's where we are now. So the next video is going to be, you might say a fourth up, but it's going to the key of B, which has got 5 sharps. So one less sharp than F sharp, where we are now, because we're switching over from flats, G flat, and then just switching into F sharp, which is 6 sharps. And then it's going to go 4 up, and we're going to go to B in the next video, and that's going to be 5. And we're going to go 4 up again to E, that's going to be 4. 4 up again to A, that's going to be 3. Up again to D, 2. G is 1. And then, of course, the next one, upper fourth would be C, as if we had started on C and gone up in fifths like that. Now, I really hope you understand that. Watch it back. It's basically the only thing that's happening on this F sharp G flat is it's a switching point from sharps to flats, but with little brackets on the side that if we had gone up in sharps, we could add C sharp, that's common. And if we go up in flats, we could go to C flat, but that isn't common. So this is a good place to switch from going up in flats to G flat, also calling it F sharp, same shape. The notes are just labeled differently. You can read online about why composers prefer labeling keys in certain ways, enharmonic equivalents. If you can go and research that, that's beyond the scope of this video, but you might be interested in it. Enharmonic equivalent, or enharmonic equivalence as a noun. So G flat is going to be G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, or in the key of F sharp, which is where we're switching over now, F sharp, D sharp, A sharp, B, what am I doing? B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. So now you've got those 2 shapes. Hopefully you're aware of that. Let's just continue as if we're playing F sharp, the end of the cycle of fifths, -1, or we're playing G flat, which is the end of the cycle of fourths, bar the C flat, but we never really play that. So let's just continue as normally, knowing that the next video is going to be B, which is going to be in the cycle of fifths now, from 6 sharps, F sharp, where we are, and then to B, which is going to have 5, E will have 4, A will have 3, D has 2, G has 1. Maybe look at the table. I'll put a link in the, well, every video has kind of the same description, and there's the cycle table in there. Just see it, study it, and it will make sense to you. So F sharp or G flat. Let's call it G flat because we've been going around the cycle of fourths, which gives you an extra flat each time. But know that it's also F sharp. So general shape, we've got that. I have no particular emotional connection. There's a nice pattern to it. 3 black notes and a white, 2 black notes and a white and a cat. And my natural fingering for this starts on my index finger. 1, 2, 3. My thumb comes under to the B. I play 2 and 3 there, my index in middle. My thumb swings under to the F. Start again on the index finger. But of course, my fingering is normally not fixed, so I normally just play whatever fingers feel comfortable. It's different times, different fingering. So play around with the fingering for the right hand and the left hand in your own time, without rushing, of course. Try your hands simultaneously. Also, try my piano challenge, Dan the Composer Piano Challenge, card in the corner, link in the description. Now let's jab to reinforce that we know the shape and to reinforce the shape itself. Let's reinforce within an octave. We've got the 12-note block, and I'm simply gonna, I can see it with my eyes, I can see it in my mind. I can now just safely just touch notes in the key of G flat or F sharp. This note sometimes doesn't work, unfortunately. So we've done a bit of jabbing. Now you're going to leave the piano and you're going to see that shape in your mind as you're walking around. Don't go near the piano for a day or two until you absolutely know that you know it. Try labeling the letters as you see them passing in your mind. So, okay, fine. So let's do it in G flat. So G flat, I can see that. I can see the A flat here. B flat, okay, C flat to name it correctly. I've got the D flat. You can just see it in your mind, and then try to do it as numbers. Okay, 1, 2. Don't lie to yourself. I can see it. I can see that shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, and try jumping around perhaps in your mind to see the shapes. Right, what's the 5th? That's the D flat there. That's this one. What's the 3rd? That's the B. That's this one here. The 7th, this one here, just the 7th is always one half step, one semitone away from whatever the root is. Lots of things you can do on your internal piano there. When you're ready, try to identify the 1, 3, and 5 and find the major triad, and then the 1 flat third, the minor triad, 1 flat 3 and 5. So the key of G flat, major triad, minor triad. And personalized technical exercises again. Maybe try jabbing the triads. Just make little melodies. And try it with the minor. Because you can see it. Now let's go back to the piano, and I'll give you the 4 primary chord types in G flat or F sharp. Major 7, 7 of the major scale. 7 or dominant 7 is a flat major 7. Major 7, dominant 7. It's quite a nice shape. And then those 2 with a minor. Minor major 7. Very serious sound. And minor 7. Softer sound. Personalize a technical exercise for that. So you've got the 4 primary chord types. Do really play around with those because they will pop up. Just because you're not going to see a lot of music really written in the key of G flat, it doesn't mean that you're not going to play a chord which is G flat something because it's part of another key. So you can't really escape. That's one reason you can't escape mastering all the major scales. Although I've said that C flat isn't very common, that doesn't mean that you'll never play a chord based on this note, whether it's B or C flat. So you can't really escape any of the major scales. So let's just do 1 or 2 of the favorite exercises I like doing, which is let's just try maybe the middle finger and the ring finger, doing it in 2s. Maybe let's try a new thing here, doing it with 2 hands. Let's just try, let's say, middle and ring. I'll try the ring and the middle on the left hand, and just go up like that. That's quite a nice exercise. That's not something I've really done, for a very long time. Yet my fingers, without rushing, know what to do because I can see the shape. And somehow my fingers know what to do without me telling them what to do. And you can try that with different fingering. Another thing which might be nice for you to do as we're coming a bit more deeper into the videos is to try playing these things with octaves. So why don't you try 1 hand or 2 hands to play the major scale as an octave. And just get used to the feel. If you notice, sometimes my ring finger plays a black note. Little finger, little finger, little finger, okay. And when I come up here, I can already feel my ring finger is reaching for that D flat. And then my hand twists again and I play my little finger on that one. Little finger, and then ring finger. So it's very interesting. But then when I want to start again, I put my little finger back onto it. It's always different. Little finger, sorry, ring finger there, ring finger that time. Ring finger feels better there. Just see what happens naturally. Become a spectator to your fingers. That's where the magic is. I think that's enough for F sharp slash G flat, or I should say G flat slash F sharp. The next video is going to be still going up a fourth, but this time we are descending the cycle of fifths, as if we're going around the table. We've gone around the flats, C, F, B flat, E flat, etc., A flat, D flat, G flat, also F sharp, and now we're going to descend on the other side down the cycle of fifths. So we're now on F sharp, G flat, which is 6, and the next one is going to be B, which is 5, E4, A3, D2, and G1. But still moving up in fourths, but see that as descending fifths. Good luck with this one. As always, likes, comments, subscriptions are always welcome. Have a look at my books, blog, and podcast. Press the notification bell, and see you in the next video in the key of B. All the best, and bye for now.